just in behind him. Wasn't enough in that.
21 minutes played. Guerrero with a throw. Down the line he goes towards Jota, who is backing into Botka. Gets another throw.
Looks sharp, doesn't he, Jota?
Yes, he does.
Had a frustrating season at Liverpool, of course. A good season in terms of, I think, his goal tally and the way he played, but had injury issues, which was unfortunate for him and Liverpool, of course.
Did well for Portugal in the World Cup qualifiers in March. 3 goals in 2 of their games. Carvalho has gone forward now for Portugal. Narge has gone with him. Carvalho goes on the outside. Narge stuck to his task well behind for a corner kick. I mean, this is a player who a few times ago, a few years ago, was being linked with a move to the Premier League. Powerful midfielder, 29 years of age, but he struggled with injury, missed 5 months this season with a knee problem. But very, very strong, skillful. As Bernardo Silva waits to take the corner kick, still goalless in Budapest. In fact, it'll be Bruno Fernandes to take the corner kick, headed up in the air by Soloy, headed back by Danilo, headed further away by Fiola, and then Pepe running back towards the halfway line. That is Bernardo Silva. Carvalho. Portugal's point of view, the way both sides are set up, Portugal really need to utilise the wide areas, move the ball quickly from side to side. We have Hungary with their set up to 3-5-2. Portugal can use the fullbacks, overloads in wide areas, quick switches of play, they can really stretch Hungary. The longer this game goes on, very difficult for the 3 Hungarian midfielders on the side of the ball. We did the opening game together, and you sensed that there wasn't a great deal of excitement in the build-up to that opening match in Rome. Not the case in Budapest. There has been a real buzz over the last 2 or 3 days, and there's certainly a buzz and a real din inside the Puskás Arena. It was only opened in November 2019. Just stepping away is what kept for Hungary. Foul given away by Jota.
It's just the question for Hungary, can they make better use of the ball when they get it? They just don't seem to have the confidence when they're on the ball to make passes and take the sting out of the game.
That's where Boss lies such a miss, wasn't it? That creative spark. Attila Soloy, Botka forward, challenge from Danilo on Clyde Heisler. Jota now for Portugal, finds Ronaldo. Ronaldo does a little step over, and a little drag, and then without looking up, he just passed the ball to his right, short square to Bruno Fernandes. And they put it back in now. And this is with Bernardo Silva. Orban makes the challenge inside the penalty area, and Cüneyt Çakır with a wave of the left hand tells the Manchester City player
to get onto his feet. He's fired at the crowd once again. They're up and out of their seats in the Puskás Arena, but it's still 0-0.
Yeah, brilliant from Ronaldo. Lost the ball initially. His dancing feet, poor pass, but immediately reacted, won the ball back, slipped Silva in the right-hand side of the box, and Orban, strong challenge. I thought he got the ball.
High ball hoisted downfield, into the penalty area it goes. Fernandes with a cross, headed away by Attila Soloy. Semedo, right-hand side. Bernardo Silva now, edge of the penalty area. Turns, behind him was Bruno Fernandes. Semedo now delivers the cross, very, very deep, headed away and headed to safety by Botka, and it runs out of play for a throw. As the bald-headed Italian coach Marco Rossi bellows out some instructions in his technical area. And talking of bellowing, listen to that noise again. They're creating a terrific atmosphere, the Hungarian supporters.
Some of the Hungarian players are breathing hard. They are being really worked.
This is Bernardo Silva. Fires over the cross, and it flashes across the face of goal and out for a goal kick. One of my first ever European trips was to Budapest. Ferencváros were playing at the Oloy Stadium in those days, and their ultras, I think they're known as the Green Monsters, created a real din. It was in the days of when Kevin Keegan was the Newcastle manager, but they are fanatical, and I would imagine there's a few of those Green Monsters in amongst the Carpathian Brigade in that end away behind the goal of Galacci. Semedo forward, still 0-0. Low cross takes a deflection. Galacci can't prevent it. It's gone behind for a corner kick.
What was the Green Monsters chant at that particular time?
I'll hum it for you. Corner kick then for Portugal, the defending champions, and we're approaching the half hour. But something was just thrown there from the crowd. In comes the cross. Didn't hit him, but there was an object thrown from the crowd. It landed probably about a foot away from the Manchester City player.
I think that's the second time that's happened. First corner as well. Something was thrown. Bernardo Silva just getting on with it.
Hungary have a throw. Lovrencic is going to take it. Down the line he goes, right-hand side. Unable to control it was Adam Soloy.
He's got to make that stick. It's so important that he can buy a bit of time for his team, hold it in, win a free kick.
Attila Soloy gets there before Bernardo Silva. The ball won't go out of play on a hot and sticky afternoon in Budapest. Kept in play by Carvalho. Ruben Dias. Forward to Ronaldo, coming deep now, and on the left-hand side. Portugal play from right to left. As this first half of their opening game in Group F. Every outfield player is in the Hungary half. Bernardo Silva, Semedo on the overlap if required. Right corner of the area, Bernardo Silva. Chips over the cross. Ronaldo heads it wide, climbed high, and it gives the thumbs up as well, but just couldn't direct the header goalwards. In that 3-3 draw, he scored the 2 goals when they met at Euro 2016 in Lyon. That's the first sight of goal by a trademark leap. The way he hangs so well in the air by Ronaldo, but he just couldn't guide it goalwards.
Yeah, air time from Ronaldo. What a leap it is. Standing jump. I mean, he has incredible power. Bernardo Silva chopping back in on the right-hand side of the box on his left foot, just lifting the ball to the far post. He can do that, Portugal. I mean, Ronaldo is so strong in the air.
But Chris, we've been playing for, what, half an hour. Jota had the early shot that was saved by Galacci, and then you've had that header from Ronaldo. They're not carving out a lot of opportunities here, the defending champions.
Absolutely, and that's a credit to Hungary and the organisation at the back so far. Talk about organisation, he's so important, isn't he? Willie Orban. Could say the Orbanizer, couldn't you?
Galacci downfield. Headed away by Guerrero. and played back. But he is a key man. 3 goals in his 9 appearances in qualifying.
Wasn't even his first choice country to play for, Ian, was it?
No, it wasn't. No. Switched in October 2018. 2 caps for Germany's under-21s. But he has now got that connection, and he's a vital player for them, the central defender from Leipzig, 28 years of age, holding it all together in the centre of that 3-man defence. Guerrero of Dortmund gets it back from Jota. Danilo and Carvalho have both gone forward as well. Everybody is back. Every red shirt is back behind the ball for Hungary. Now they've lost it, and it's with Adam Soloy, who looks up, looks for the support, and that was it, because everybody was back on defensive duties. It was slow in coming, and in the end, the forward ball to Roland Soloy, they weren't able to take advantage of that break, and that's going to be the problem for Hungary.
Absolutely. And City, famous for its bridge of chains. It's important that the front pairing for Hungary link up. They haven't done so far.
Another object was thrown from the crowd. That actually seemed to be quite close to their own goalkeeper, Galaxy. For this Hungary side, who are yet to register a shot on target. Mind you, they've only had 1 effort on target themselves of Portugal so far. Now, Lovrencic finds Soloy.
3 on 3.
Soloy, though, drifts out towards the left when he had 2 players going ahead of him. Almost as if there was a
lack of confidence, yeah, absolutely. Had the opportunity, just didn't have the courage and conviction there, Soloy.
Schaefer now is forward, left-hand side. Semedo marks him. Back it goes to Viola. Nadj of Bristol City. Got a lot of red shirts forward in the Portugal half now. And it's with Attila Soloy, who's hoisted the ball out towards Lovrencic. And as the defenders come across and cleared the ball, it's been smacked up and reared up and hit Lovrencic full on in the face, and then it goes out of play for a goal kick.
Oh, Lovrencic, there's a long diagonal ball, takes a touch with his right foot, bounces down, and Diogo Jota volleys the ball straight in his mush, and then it hits him and goes out for a goal kick. How unfortunate was that? Blimey. That must have hurt.
Just over 10 minutes to go to half-time. 0-0. Ball swept long by Pepe. If they can get to half-time, that will give the Hungarian players a lot of confidence. They'll be given such an ovation as well by this raucous crowd to give them a lift, to know that they're still holding the defending champions at bay. As Guerrero comes forward now for Portugal. Ronaldo, left-hand side, just in from the touchline. Again, does not 1, but 2 step-overs. And then sends over a cross, which comes off the chest of Semedo. Forward then to Bruno Fernandes. Back with Pepe once more, just outside the centre circle of the Hungarian half. The interception from Schaefer. Schaefer full of running, the ball won't go with him. Sliding challenge comes in from Bernardo Silva. Adam Soloy now takes over, running forward and being urged on, but they've crowded him out, and then Soloy was caught, and a free kick goes in his favour, and they're urging Cunha Shakir to show a yellow card.
And it was good from Schaefer initially, too strong for Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva brings him down in the end, and then Soloy takes over, the captain, the leader of the team. Good feet for it from the big centre forward. Eventually he's crowded out, but he is brought down. And this is an opportunity for Hungary. The wide left area, free kick, 30 yards out.
Well, Hungary are certainly showing plenty of appetite for this challenge that they're up against with Portugal. And the atmosphere just speaks for itself. Again, people all the way around the 3-tiered stadium rising to their feet. It's going to be an in-swinging free kick. Roland Soloy to take it. Adam Soloy and Attila Soloy are just 2 of the targets. In it comes now, and it was Adam Soloy was claimed by the goalkeeper, Rui Patricio. It was straight at him, but nevertheless, the applause, just for the sheer endeavour, is being appreciated by the Hungarian support.
Just imagine if they score. That was for a header straight at the goalkeeper.
Guerrero linking up with Ronaldo, left-hand side. Interception from Naj. Hungary coming forward. Adam Soloy, as Naj had continued his run, and in the end he's decided just to keep on running at Pepe and force him to go all the way back to Rui Patricio.
It was a good delivery, wasn't it, from the free kick? Soloy, right-footed in-swinger. Soloy, strike partner, getting up 12-14 yards out level with the near post.
Ball forward, Jota, flag had stayed down, miscontrolled the ball, kept in play well by Botka and cleared by Lovrencic. You hear about occasions when the supporters are the 12th man. I think they're the 12th and they're the 13th man for Hungary tonight, and the patience is wearing thin. And Cüneyt Çakır has shown a yellow card to Manchester City's Ruben Dias.
It was a bouncing ball, wasn't it? And Dias is clearly frustrated with that decision to award him the yellow card. I think he's saying it was there to be won. I think he's saying to the referee, and quite rightly so, I won the ball. That's harsh. Won the ball with the outside of his right foot. Both players competing for the ball. And Dias now putting himself under a tiny bit of pressure.
Yep, first booking of the game. 0-0, cleared downfield by Botka. Up towards Klein Heisler. Backing into his man. Pepe now forward. Danilo inside Carvalho. Schaefer, who's won the ball back. Klein Heisler now, quite stocky. The bright orange boots. And now Orban to Attila Soloy. Fiola to come forward, the left wing back. Fiola closed down and dispossessed by Bernardo Silva, but he runs it out of play for a throw. And Hungary are in the Portuguese half, and it's still 0-0. And we have about 6 minutes to go to half-time.
Just taking a breather now.
Captain Adam Soloy backing into the penalty area, trying to turn. Schaefer tries to help him out. Pepe, with his years of experience in the penalty area, clears. Bernardo Silva's ball is won back by Naj. Bernardo Silva, though, takes it away from Naj. Now to Carvalho. But Hungary are just swarming around the Portuguese players, buzzing around like bees in a honeypot in those red shirts. There must have been 4 or 5 of them there, trying to help win it back. As Klein Heisler flick headers the ball away, and then it's now a potential break on for Guerrero. Early ball up towards Jota. Jota left-hand side, the tempo's picking up. 5 minutes to go to half-time, 0-0. Jota comes inside, Jota to the edge of the area, can't thread it through, cleared away by Fiola. Tight and compact, the Hungarian defence.
It is. That was a chance, though, for Jota to either feed a teammate or drive at the Hungarian backline.
Semedo makes a run into the penalty area. Saved by Gulaci. It was Jota who found himself the turn and the shot, and Gulaci made the save, and now he whips the crowd up, and this is how they respond.
It's a good save from Gulaci. Really well worked from Portugal. Patient on the right-hand side. Semedo to the byline, pulls it back. And Bernardo Silva, such quick feet, swivels 8 yards out level with the near post. Fires the shot in. It actually goes through Willie Orban's legs, and Gulaci, instinctive save. It is straight at him. Nonetheless, the ball was travelling at pace. Important save there.
He had to stretch to control the ball. If he'd have let it run through,
Difficult one.
Bruno Fernandes was probably in a better position.
Did he get the shout?
If he did, he probably didn't hear it, judging by the amount of
Still
noise.
would feel he should have scored, Bernardo Silva.
Free kick for Portugal. There's a good ball in from Guerrero, headed away though by Adam Soloy, the captain, the striker. And now Roland Soloy will just have to wait. The ball won't go out of play. They're going to have to try and play their way out of trouble, and they've lost the ball, but Lovrencic dives in to help win it back. And then Adam Soloy, unable to control the ball. It just bounces around waist height off an outstretched leg and out of play for a throw.
It's Marco Rossi. He's incredulous with the way they gave the ball away there, Hungary. Another wave of attack from Portugal.
Bernardo Silva running forward. Semedo of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Carvalho inside to Danilo. Bruno Fernandes tells him to switch play out towards the left-hand side. Ruben Diaz has to go back. Every red shirt back behind the ball. 3.5 minutes to go to half-time. It's still 0-0. Ball played out to Bernardo Silva. Down by the corner flag, keeps it in play. Viola is with him. Bernardo Silva plays it back along the ground. Laid off by Carvalho. Bruno Fernandes feeds it then towards Bernardo Silva on the inside. Checks back on the outside with a little cutback. Nard was there.
So many bodies back. Hungarian defenders back inside their box. And you hear another roar. In fact, well, they didn't get the free kick.
No, they thought that Roland Scholloy was impeded. Portugal have it. This is Jota. He's been heavily involved for Portugal. Danilo, Ruben Diaz. Carvalho central position, 2 over on the left-hand side. One of them now is Ronaldo. Guerrero on the overlap if required, plays the ball to the Dortmund player. It's forced away from goal though by Lovrencic. And the bald-headed Hungarian coach Marco Rossi is just ordering his team to try and get out. He doesn't want them to sit too deep. Guerrero, Botka sticking to the challenge. Guerrero tries to spin away from Botka.
Got a big free kick there.
Orban, Guerrero prods it back. Bruno Fernandes into the penalty area. Ronaldo running in, couldn't keep it down. He skied it over the bar. What an opportunity that was for Portugal.
And head in hands from Ronaldo. The ball fisting from Bruno Fernandes. Ronaldo 6 yards out, centre of the goal, just to keep it to beat. The ball just bounces in front of Ronaldo. But he can't miss that. He cannot miss that. It's about concentrating on the connection. And the ball goes well over the bar in the end. What a chance for Ronaldo just on half-time. Portugal should be in front.
By far the best opportunity of the game. Ronaldo arriving late, close range, couldn't keep it down with a goal at his mercy. And Cristiano Ronaldo will not have many more better opportunities to try and register his 105th goal for his country. That was a huge let-off for Hungary.
I can't remember many times in his career where he's missed such an easy opportunity by his standards.
Here he is. He actually looked across to the assistant referee, I think, but there was no way he was going to be offside, arriving from late.
He normally gobbles those chances up, doesn't he? I mean, the ball was fizzed in. It did bounce just in front of him. Nonetheless, a player of his quality, you expect the net to bulge.
We're inside the last 60 seconds of the first half of normal time. There will just be 1 minute of additional time to be played, and it is still Hungary 0, Portugal 0.
I mean, don't know what you think, Ian. We were lucky enough to be at the Italy-Turkey game. It feels like a similar game in terms of Portugal totally dominant in this first half.
High ball over the top, looking for Bruno Fernandes. The ball played out to Bernardo Silva. Cross comes in from Fernandes, headed away by Orban. He really did attack that inside that penalty area. Ruben Diaz to Guerrero. Guerrero hits it forward. There was Ronaldo pushed over by one of his own players there. Scholloy now takes over. Scholloy coming forward, and Semedo takes it away off his toes. You know what, Chris? I watched the game last night on BBC television with Steve Bauer and Danny Murphy doing the commentary, and it felt like a matter of time before Spain scored. However, Spain in the second half never really got going as much as they did in the first half. I wonder if Portugal will have to come out and learn from maybe their lessons from their Iberian counterparts, because here Hungary have just been terrific, so committed.
Yeah, but I mentioned Italy and you know, the game Italy and Turkey, and Turkey held out in the first half. Eventually took their opportunity and won the game comfortably, but that was a big miss from Ronaldo, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
That was the golden chance of the first half.
Well, by my watch, the additional 60 seconds, and there is indeed the whistle from Shakir, all eyes on Cristiano Ronaldo, who had the perfect opportunity to put Portugal ahead, but he blazed over from close range. Galachi has made a couple of good saves from Jota. Ronaldo's header wide. The only real effort that Hungary have had was from Adam Soloy, but his header from the captain was straight at Uri Patricio. But the noise and the atmosphere and the excitement inside the Puskás Arena is something that has certainly carried the Hungary players along, and it's carried them to a goalless draw at half-time. Hungary 0, Portugal 0. Mark?
I know you're comparing it a bit with Italy, Turkey, Chris, but as Ian said, you know, they're really, really dogged and up for this at Hungary. I'm not sure Turkey were quite as vociferous, really, as Hungary have been.
I don't know in the first half, but Hungary have been inspired by the crowd, by the noise in the stadium. I mean, they are, let's get it right, Hungary are rough and ready. I mean, they aren't a great technical team. They hoof the ball up the pitch to the big centre forward. Soloy, try and get Soloy running off him. It's been wave after wave of Portuguese attacks, and in the final third, I have to say Portugal just haven't done enough. Having said all that, the opportunity which Ronaldo has, I can't remember him missing too many like that in his whole career. That was an enormous miss. Hungary needed half-time. The issue for them is, I mean, can they keep up this work rate, this intensity which they've defended with in the second half? I'm not so sure they can.
You think they'll just tire? Do you both? I suppose mentally as well as physically.
Well, adrenaline is a wonderful thing, and they will be hoping. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how Marco Rossi uses his substitutions, but they are being stretched, aren't they? Portugal dominating possession, haven't done enough with the ball, but the Hungarians are hanging on in there. And boy, did they need half-time, and they'll need to regroup. But I mean, going in level at half-time, I think that Marco Rossi will be happy with that. But how are they going to hold out in this second half? I don't know.
Second half on the way here on 5 Live. Then from 8 o'clock, full commentary of France against Germany. Highlights of both games tonight on BBC One. 12 minutes to 6. Here's Nick Hampton.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Thank you, Mark. Good evening. A report on the unsolved murder of a private investigator in 1987 has accused the Met Police of a form of institutional corruption. An independent panel found that the force was more concerned about concealing and denying its own failings in the case of Daniel Morgan, who was found dead in a pub car park in South London. His brother is Alistair Morgan.
I'm very pleased, if you can be pleased about something like that the panel has concluded that the Met is guilty of institutional corruption. I would like to see re-education, accountability, a whole new ethos in the police.
Well, the Met Police Commissioner, Dame Cressida Dick, has apologised and says it's a great regret that no one has been brought to justice. Nicola Sturgeon says it's likely there will be a delay in the further easing of coronavirus restrictions in Scotland. Rules are due to be relaxed on the 28th of June, but that will probably be pushed back 3 weeks. Ms Sturgeon says it will give health officials more time to get jabs in arms.
We do hope that vaccination is increasingly protecting people against serious illness. If this is indeed the case, then our experience of this virus will become different, and our ability to cope with it in a less restrictive way will become much greater.
The Trade Secretary, Liz Truss, has told the BBC a new trade deal between the UK and Australia will not harm British farmers. She denied suggestions that imports of Australian beef will flood Britain. Some UK farmers fear they may be undercut on price and standards. The BBC's Director General, Tim Davies, says he's spoken directly to the royal household over the Martin Bashir controversy. The report found the journalist used deceitful behaviour to secure an interview with Princess Diana in 1995. Mr Davey told a committee of MPs he felt deep sympathy for Princes William and Harry, and an Egyptian vulture has been seen in the UK for the first time in more than 150 years. It's believed the bird may have come to the Isles of Scilly from northern France. If it's proved to be a wild vulture, it would be the first sighting here since 1868.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live. Listen live on digital, online, smart speaker, or the BBC Sounds app.
In travel news, we'll start in Glasgow with the Springburn Road. Both directions, it's currently closed between the M8 junction 15 and Glasgow. It's all because of a police incident and it's causing long delays in the area. The M6 northbound between junction 10 Walsall and junction 10A, the M54. Been a few things on that stretch actually. So there was the accident and the oil spillage and a broken down lorry. One lane still closed. There are long delays back past junction 6, Spaghetti Junction. The M5 is also congested as a result, and so is the A38M in Birmingham too. The M1 heading south before junction 21 for Leicester. The accident there has been moved, but it has left some long delays. And the A14 in Cambridge is closed westbound between junction 24B and 23 for Godman Chester. They're doing emergency repair work there now. Congestion goes back to Bar Hill at junction 25, and routes through Huntingdon also very busy. Michelle Dignan, 5 Travel.
Euro 2020. Wall-to-wall football. The wait is over.
Get it down and in. Oh, and the Netherlands are back in front. I think it's Dumfries.
Yes, here it is. He's got a header.
Dumfries, who missed that golden opportunity with the header in the first half, has taken a much more difficult chance in the second half. What a game in Amsterdam.
The penalty area is packed. Perisic with the throw. It's headed away. It comes out for a shot on the turn, which flies away over the top of the bar. And the final whistle goes. And England have seen it out for an opening victory here against Croatia.
Check 5 Live online or BBC Sounds for the full fixture list. Euro 2020 on 5 Live and across the BBC.
The wait is over.
Euro 2020 with Mark Chapman on BBC Radio 5 Live.
Goalless in Budapest between Hungary and Portugal, France and Germany to come from 8 o'clock tonight. Let's go around the day's other sport and go to Queen's first of all, where Russell Fuller's been watching Andy Murray.
6-3, 6-2. He's won his first ATP singles match for 3 months. Handy opponent in that was the 12th time in 14 tournaments this year that Benoit pair has lost in the first round, but Murray's movement was good. He broke in the first set with a running forehand down the line winner and got the first of a couple of breaks in the second with an angled backhand cross-court pass once again on the move. Top seed and top 10 player Matteo Berrettini will be a much tougher task in the second round on Thursday, but as the start goes, a very promising one for Murray.
And John Hunt has been a Royal Ascot for the opening day.
Yes, 3 top-level races, the star billing today, Mark. The St James's Palace Stakes winner, Poetic Flair, the undoubted highlight, I'd say, of the season so far, not just today. A 4 1/4 length success there for Jim Bolger and Kevin Manning. Absolutely terrific. This horse is so tough. That was his 4th race in just 7 weeks. Adds to his 2,000 guineas win from earlier in the season. So he was absolutely excellent. So too was Oxted winning the King's Stand Stakes, the big sprint of the day. Last year's hero and defending champion Batash finishing only 4th there. The winner was ridden by Kieran Fallon Jr. His dad, Kieran Sr., won 30 races here over the years. This was young Kieran's first ever success at Royal Ascot. And you can't keep Frankie Dettori away, can you? His 74th success at Royal Ascot was achieved today as well, when Palace Pier strode to an authoritative length and a quarter win in the Queen Anne Stakes. And we're all back tomorrow, of course. Mark, tomorrow's feature, the Prince of Wales Stakes. Dettori on board Lord North, last year's winner once again. And it's great to see one of the champions from last year, Love. She was undoubtedly the best three-year-old around last year. It's her first run of the season tomorrow for Aidan O'Brien.
And we'll bring you data of Royal Ascot here on 5 Live. One domestic football line for you. Tottenham are reportedly close to appointing Paulo Fonseca as their new manager. He was sacked in April by Roma. Roma had replaced Fonseca with Jose Mourinho, and now Fonseca is set to replace Mourinho at Tottenham. Let's go back to the Euros. Wales taking on Turkey this time tomorrow. Rob Page's side drew their opening game, of course, against Switzerland. Their opponents beaten by Italy. The Turkish manager, Senil Güneş, has described tomorrow's game as a final. Robert Page was asked whether he agreed.
Yeah, we can see that. We can see that they probably looked at the fixtures coming into the tournament, into the group. Saw that they had a very difficult opener against the favourites Italy. So they'll be looking at our game to get the 3 points, absolutely. So we're fully prepared for that. Like I said, for us to get off to a positive start and get a point, having gone a goal behind against a very good Swiss team, there's a lot of positives to come out of that. It's not all about the performance. It's about sometimes in tournament football, you have to find a way to win. And we've certainly done that. We've shown we can do that. We've shown resilience. But we're fully prepared for a tough game. And if you get 4 points from 2 games, then it sets us up nicely.
Do you think you need to win to progress from the group, Rob?
No. There's another game left. So we're just taking each game as it comes, Rob. And like I said, we've also identified this game as one that we can do all right in. So, it'll make for an entertaining game.
Rob Phillips put in the questions to Robert Page. Let me ask you the same question then, Rob, in Baku that you asked Page. Do you think they have to win tomorrow?
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, I don't think any Wales fan would fancy having to go to Italy on Sunday to get something to get out of the group. So I think it is huge for them. You might say it clearly is huge for Turkey as well. Their manager was pulling no punches on it, wasn't he, Mark? It is a final for them because it's difficult to see them rescuing another defeat after their opening loss. So yeah, it's huge for Wales and Turkey. And it'll be like a home game for Turkey. We've had confirmation tonight from the Azerbaijani Football Federation that they've sold 30,000 tickets and the capacity will be 34,500 at the Olympic Stadium in Baku. And you can guarantee that 34,000 of those will be supporting Turkey.
Yeah, I mean, there's a close relationship there, isn't there? And also, actually, I mean, I have to say, I thought the Turkish fans were really vocal in the first game in Rome, actually, and at times in the first half in particular, they were noisier than the Italian side. So it will be quite a tricky atmosphere for the Welsh tomorrow.
Yeah, I've been talking to Gareth Bale about just that tonight, and he was saying that he sort of took it in his stride, as you might, with given the number of big games that he's played. But he said, look, sometimes it can drive you on. They're aware of it. Rob Page has said that he's spoken to the squad about what to expect. It's how they react on the night. And again, as Joe Rodon, the Tottenham defender, said earlier in the week, the thing about having a big crowd like that is that if Wales can silence them or maybe take the lead, then that might turn them against their own team. So it can work both ways, but you'd probably rather be in Turkey's shoes with that sort of backing behind them.
What's you expecting as regards the starting 11?
Well, I mean, the big debate prior to Switzerland was, would Kiefer Moore start? He did, and how? I think there may be changes. Rob Page has said tonight there won't be wholesale changes, but I thought Wales looked so vulnerable at the back that he may want to freshen that up and maybe go with 3 centre-backs and 2 wing-backs just to add a bit more pace and get players forward to support Kiefer Moore more than they did on Saturday.
Thank you very much, Rob. Commentary then of that Wales game against Turkey on 5 Live tomorrow from 5 o'clock. Let's switch to Scotland. Steve Clarke has this afternoon defended David Marshall following yesterday's 2-0 defeat against the Czech Republic. The goalkeeper was caught out of position for Patrick Schick's spectacular second goal.
David's fine, experienced player, knows the game. Probably faced that type of shot. I think he's said something about 50 times in his career, and that's the only time he's gone in. It happens. I don't understand the criticism of David. It was a shot for Jack Henry at the edge of the box. 3 seconds later, the ball's in the back of our net. The block shot could go anywhere. It felt perfect for him to run at it and hit. It's one of these things. We've been level-headed all the way through. We try not to get too high when things are going well. We try not to get too low when things are a little bit negative. And we just prepare for the games the way we always prepare for the games. And that's what we do again.
Chris Susson, was it just one of those things?
I don't know. I mean, I'm slightly worried about Scotland now. Just from the nature of there was so much expectancy. I heard Steve Clarke say about, don't get too high and, don't get too low. They should be somewhere in between. But after that defeat, it just seems like the whole Scottish nation now, they are totally deflated. They don't fancy their chances. And they shouldn't feel like that. I saw a picture, I thought today, of Kieran Tierney back training. Now, listen, I think Steve Clarke got many of his selections wrong. I think certainly Dykes over Shea Adams didn't make any sense to me. Shea Adams is a better centre-forward. I think he was sentimental with that. And Stephen O'Donnell in that right wing-back position, I think there are better players. the likes of Nathan Patterson and James Forrest, who can play that role better. It was such an important game. It was bigged up as such a big game because Scotland have had a good record as of late against the Czech Republic. Having said all that, they beat their C or D team, didn't they, over in the Czech Republic a while ago, and the last game at Hampden was pretty close. But now they've still got to believe and have hope, but feel that the belief of the Scottish nation has gone now. It shouldn't be like that. They've got to pick themselves up and have a go at England.
But was that goal just one of those things?
Right. Yes, I thought it was a brilliant goal. Brilliant goal. And you know, we can maybe blame David Marshall for his positioning, but we don't know what Steve Clarke told him about playing high. I thought you have to say that was slick from Schick.
Okay. The team's back out, Ian.
Yes, they are.
Thank goodness for that. Do you want to take over?
I can do. What time's your highlights tonight, Mark?
Do you know what? I'm not 100% sure. 10:45 maybe. After, let's go with after the news.
Okay. After the news, we'll see you on the box later on.
Can't wait.
Go and enjoy the makeup. Yeah, back underway. Hungary 0, Portugal 0 for the second half. And the Hungary players will just hope to give it a go again. That will basically be the message from Marco Rossi. A number of the supporters are still getting back to their red bucket seats around what is a fabulous arena, the Puskás arena. And neither side has made a change at the start of the second half as Pepe looks for an early ball, a long ball into the penalty area for Bruno Fernandes, and it runs off the legs of Orban and goes behind for a corner kick. So I'll run through the two teams once we've watched this corner kick. But Portugal being held by Hungary at the moment. In fact, the assistant referee said it's a goal kick, so it means we can do it now.
Offside?
Galacci in goal. Botka, Orban and Attila Soloy are the three defenders. Lovrencic and Fiora are the wing-backs, right and left respectively. Then it's with Klein, Heisler, Naj and Schaefer. It's Bernardo Silva wins the ball back on the right-hand side, cut out by Schaefer. And then the front two are Adam Soloy and Shuloy. Cross from Semedo. Goes behind for a corner. Portugal very quickly. Patricio in goal. Back four of Semedo, Pepe, Ruben Dias and Guerrero. Carvalho and Danilo. Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, Jota and Cristiano Ronaldo. Portugal in their change strip. Playing from left to right with like a very pale, almost like a little bit, like a mint green, is it? It's very, very pale. And the Portuguese colours in broad strips going across the front of their jerseys. In comes the corner kick. Good save by Galacci to keep out Pepe's downward header. He really had to move low away towards his right-hand side. He was fully extended, got both hands to it. And that was a very good save from the Leipzig goalkeeper.
It was a big save. Peter the Great there, wasn't he? As an outswinger from Bruno Fernandes. And Pepe backpedaling, starting position. Just about 10 yards out, he's backpedaling, level with the far post. Has to create his own power. What a save that is from Galacci.
Forward, cleared away by Lovrencic. Carvalho just comes across though and plays the ball back to Pepe.
I think that was creeping in, wasn't it? The header from Pepe. With his feet going well, Galacci, and diving, sprawling to his right-hand side. Good hand.
He was at Liverpool, didn't make any appearances during his time at Anfield, but we've seen a little bit of him in the Champions League. Last season against Tottenham, and this season against Manchester United for Leipzig, as Bernardo Silva tries to weave his way forward.
And don't forget the little guys as well, Hereford.
Yeah. I think Tranmere and Hull City as well, wasn't it?
I thought Hull was a big club.
Ball played back. Pepe. Danilo. Don't try and get me into trouble with Hull City supporters. Pepe. Because I tell you what, the Tigers bite. Here is Bernardo Silva. Infield. Carvalho. Hungary have two banks of four, and even the front two, Sholoi and Soloy, are coming back as well to help out. Now Naj breaks from ranks.
They're getting deeper and deeper. The question is, can they hold out playing this way? Struggle to get up the pitch in the first half. They seem to be 10 yards deeper defensively in this second half, and it's just wave after wave of attack from Portugal.
Just to confirm, the Euro 2020 highlights with Mark are on BBC One at 11:15 as Hungary come forward. Schaefer, quite slight, short, blonde hair. Ball played inside by Viola. Little turn here from Sholoi, holds the ball up, plays it back out towards Schaefer. He wanted the ball played back down that left-hand side. Opens up for a shot here from Adam Soloy from distance, right-footed, but Patricio had it well covered. I mean, that must have been close to 35 yards out from goal.
Yeah, he hits it really well, though. In fact, Soloy is 35 yards out, level with Patricio's near post. There's all sorts of movement on the ball. It's a clean strike, but Patricio gathers easily, straight at him. Why not have a shot? Ian created very few chances. Didn't have any runners ahead of him.
Ball out now with Ruben Diaz, comes forward, and then it's chipped out by Diaz to Guerrero, just coming in off the touchline. Back with Danilo, still being patient at the minute. Portugal, they won't be feeling the pressure just as yet, will they?
Not yet. They'll keep popping the ball about. They need to be about patience. They need to be precise in the final third. So much of the ball. Mention the importance of shifting the ball quickly. See Pepe there, 4 or 5 touches. It allows Hungary in their defensive shape to get set.
Guerrero stretching on the far side, unable to keep the ball in play. There was a hand of an apology from Carvalho. Still 0-0. It remains between Hungary and Portugal. We will have commentary of the other game in Group F from 8 o'clock. France against Germany. John Murray and Dion Dublin, your commentary team for that one. And also we'll be hearing from Luke Shaw from the England camp after this game. England, of course, against Scotland on Friday, but the next home nation to be in action, Wales, tomorrow. We'll be live in Baku for that 5 o'clock kickoff against Turkey. Rob Phillips and Nathan Blake, the commentary team. And also a reminder that every time that there is a game on BBC television, you can watch and listen via the BBC iPlayer that follows Finland against Russia, which is the early game. We're back to 3 games taking place tomorrow in these Euros. So 7 minutes into the second half, and it is still Hungary 0, Portugal 0. BBC Radio 5 Live. I should say as well that on the day that the home nations are playing, breakfast will be out and about 6 till 9 tomorrow. Rachel, she's live in Wrexham tomorrow. Mark Hughes, one of the guests, as is Stefan Rodri. Dave's coaches from Gavin and Stacey. And at the minute, this is a tidy performance from Hungary. As Naj goes all the way back.
Let's get it right.
You're clearly not a fan of Gavin and Stacey. I mean, that one went over your head.
Yeah,
that was like Dave's coaches going off the edge of a cliff.
Yeah, I've not seen Gavin and Stacey actually.
I know.
One of the only people in the country that's the case with, but I've got more important things to do, Ian.
I know. 0-0. Guerrero.
He got there third time.
I had to keep going. It's like Portugal, they had to keep going to try and break down this red wall of Hungary. They're playing from left to right. You're listening to BBC Radio 5 Live. Danilo.
Guerrero. Australia to Wales in 3 I knows there.
Danilo's ball high into the penalty area. Had to be watchful there. Attila Viola to head the ball away. Brings it clear. Bruno Fernandes is there. Couldn't get a little flick. Viola puts it out of play for a throw.
I mean, look, Hungary aren't a good team, are they? They are not a good football team. This is all about spirit and effort and guts.
energy and endeavour.
Yeah, and the crowd lifting them. An empty stadium, would they still be playing with this intensity, this vigour?
Ball hit long, up towards Sholoi. He goes down holding his head. I'm not too sure if there was much connection there. But
He was caught.
Well, Kune Shakira's just told him to get up now, of course, because he's writhing around in agony. He's got to stop play. Because if there is a stoppage, a knock to the head, you can't afford to take that risk.
Well, yeah, and Diaz has been booked, but I think this is accidental. You can see Soloy surrounding, and going up to the referee. He catches him with his left hand in the face. The ball has gone over Diaz's head. He can't be booked for that. That's accidental, Ian. Soloy does get caught, but he goes down. I mean, really, does he have to go down in that manner? It's shambolic from Soloy there, I think. You know, he's up now. Should be able to handle that. A hand in the face, Ian. An accidental one.
Plays back underway.
Am I being a bit harsh there?
No. Will it feature in the simulation game?
I think he was caught, but come on, don't stay down, Sholoi.
Jota left-hand side. Jota's cross. Ronaldo trying to get away from Schaefer, marking tight.
Oh, wow, there's one. Ronnie, come on, you are better than that, Ron.
A little bit of a tumble from Ronaldo.
Wow.
Adam Soloy battling for the ball, the long head. Captain, he's passed into the back from Semedo. That'll be a free kick.
Bit of feeling in this game, but that was absolutely pathetic. Ronaldo, come on! What are you playing at, Ron? Dear me. He is better than that.
Adam Soloy, with his long dark hair, walking back into position and whipping up the crowd. Not that they need whipping up. Real fervour inside the Puskás Arena. 0-0. And as every minute ticks by, what was it Marco Rossi said, their coach? Dreaming is free, so we dream. Downward header by Lovrencic. Then he runs into trouble, but he's helped out by Botka. Breaks forward. Kleinheisler.
Here we go.
Inside. Sholoi. Schaefer. Edge of the area. Breaks to Sholoi. Drives the ball left-footed straight at Patricio. That had them on the edge of their seats in the Puskás Arena.
Oh, and it was half a chance, wasn't it? Left-hand side of the box, but here come Portugal.
Here is Ronaldo. Headed away by Orban. Being carried forward on a crest of a wave. Hungary urged on. 0-0. Sholoi. Adam Sholoi. Right-hand side, taken off his toes by Guerrero. It was a hurried pass towards Patricio. Slid down on one knee, forced to make the clearance. This was more than just a football game for anybody connected with Hungary. About national pride. Such a huge game for the nation. Their biggest crowd for a competitive match in over 35 years. The supporters are playing their part. And the Hungarian national team are certainly rising to the challenge as well. 0-0 for what could be such a precious point. Adam Sholoi having words with Ruben Diaz.
They're trying to get in the referee's head. Diaz on a yellow card. Adam Soloy in and around the referee, saying that Diaz has thrown an elbow once again. What an atmosphere. Really intense now, isn't it?